I mean, of popular players, you know, real well-known. Legit's probably going to be the big name that's going to jump out at you. But I know we've played a lot with, you know, Rage, Six Story, Stress, Deathy. If that's Deathy, it says Deathly, but it might be the Deathy that we play with quite a bit.
And this is Rages, so we actually have ourselves a decent free-for-all here. So we're going to jump on board with Legit. And, of course, we're going to go into Simplex, free-for-all. Now, once again, on Simplex Free-For-All, you're going to be seeing it's going to be a 15-minute time limit here. Not a first to anything wins, just whoever's at the top 4 at the end of the 15 minutes, they advance onto the bracket, and they live happily ever after.
Yeah, there's kind of I mean, I played a lot of Simplex Free-For-Alls, and then Halo 4 first came out. And there's sort of kind of two different styles that you can implement, and they kind of stay the same with the new Simplex. I know I've always been one that wants to kind of stand on the windows and pick off spawners from the top of the base. Or you'll have people that really like to stay on top yellow, top purple. But top yellow is gonna be a little trickier, I think. You don't have as much of a view kind of with how the new Simplex is set up, but it'll be interesting to see how people like to run it.
Well, you know, Maven, as everyone knows with free-for-all on Simplex here, is that everyone's going to have a different style. You're going to see, like, APG, he's the kind of player who kind of likes to float around bottom middle and try to pick up kills that way. But you also see players like Legit who are going to stay in the base. And basically how the spawns are going to work is, you know, obviously you're not going to spawn where you just died. But, you know that someone's going to be getting this back base spawn. And when the Legit dies, you'll see he kind of spawns yellow side of the base or purple side. And it's a guaranteed kill for you if you're paying attention and you're not weak.
Yeah, and I used to love to stand up, like, while, you know, the plats in the window there, just wait for the spawners back base. Come out, nade, one shot, in the story. And for those of you that don't know, I know it's been talked about quite a bit, is the update, which we're going to get to see here. One of the big things with the new update, not only is it a 4-shot, but the 2-shot beatdown is what is going to make a big difference in some of the free-for-alls.
World of difference, Maven. You're going to see that. Well, the one thing it changed in team games is that you can't really desperate for the flag, and of course by that I mean you know, you can't just run up and try to grab it and get a touch. It doesn't work anymore because you get 2-shot beatdown. The other thing it's going to change is that you're going to see a lot up close actually be very, very important. With the scatter shot being there's 2 in the bottom of Simplex here. You know, it's going to be tough.
Well, I'm curious to see if people start kind of bumping up to the 4 and 5 cents. I know a lot of people, well, like we were talking about Enable or, you know, Snipe Down, Bump Down to 3 last event. It wasn't, since you don't get descoped and since there's so many, you know, kind of mid-range battles, you don't really need that high sense anymore. Olo is one of the few that still plays on 5, and I think it's going to be a huge advantage for him in those close range fights.
Yeah,
which he already had advantage in, but with the 2-shot whack, it's going to be a bit wild.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Well, jumping on board with Cito here, this is a player we know a little bit about. Like, I'm talking very, 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 very minute, but you know, we played him a couple times online, and to be honest, I'm actually one of the best things about free-for-alls is that it gives us like a first look at these players coming into the event to see, you know, just how they're going to be performing. Friday's normally a decent indicator unless you're status quo, and as everyone knows, status quo, they do not have the best luck Fridays.
And the reason I'm really happy that free-for-all's coming back is that's like, it's really the only way that some players get known. It's almost impossible to you're not going to hop in and just be on a top team. It doesn't happen. So a lot of these players will work their way up through the free-for-all and get noticed. I mean, that's, like you said, Best Man, I mean, Pistola, Legit, they all kind of came from free-for-alls, and that's where they really were recognized.
Well, jumping on board with Cito here, he's going to be pushing bottom purple spots. The guy's going to clean him up in a one-on-one, and he's going to be taken down. And that's something that's the most important thing about free-for-all is that you're always looking to go 1-for-1, 2-for-1. You want to always be getting that trade. And the other thing you're going to see is if we ever stay on someone's death screen, because I know you guys love the action, but you're going to notice that people are just going to be flipping through, besides this guy, which is shooter, people are going to be flipping through to see where everyone is on the map. So basically, you can hit up on your D-pad or down on your D-pad, and you just cycle through all of them. Yeah. And what you're trying to do is just find out. So when you spawn, you're like, oh, blue base, I know there's guy purple weak, and then you just clean them up.
Yeah, like one of the things you mentioned today, it's so important to just make sure basically every life you have, you're at least getting 1 kill. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to do, but you can't get on runs, you know, a couple deaths in a row where you're not getting any kills. You'll get behind it in a hurry. And it's really hard to catch up in a free-for-all if you get down big early.
Well, we both know that it's just, sometimes it's just inevitable. You spawn, you die, you spawn, you get 2-shot melee, you spawn, you get a scatter shot in the face, and you want to quit the game, you throw your controller, you're so angry, you spill water on your shoes, and then you gotta, next thing you know, you get a killing spree, and you're back in the base. You know, it's called life, my man.
Water on your shoes, they're pretty frequent.
Nah, I don't know where that came from. What happened was I saw water and I looked at my shoes and I was like, well, I guess you spill water on your shoes.
Quick thinker.
You know me, bro. Well, jumping on board with Shooter, spots a guy, and he's going to be taken out by a grenade here. Taking a look at the stats here, no surprise, Legit kind of leading by 2 kills. The pack is kind of close here, Maves, with the top 4 all kind of being the spot. But really, the battle is everyone obviously wants to go for first. The big battles here, like I love the most, is going to be probably between Gunna and Stress and the guy in 7th or 6th place. The 4, 5, and 6 battle, because 4th place, if you don't get 4th place, you don't move on.
And it's extremely tight there. I mean, I think we saw 3, 4 people with 15 kills. It's very tight early. And like we mentioned before, for new people joining, it's not first to 50 or anything like that. It's just the time limit. They play for 15 minutes. Stop for advance.
Legit spots a guy going gold side of red. He's going to be able to put in some shots, and he's just going to be taken out so fast. That update, thank God, dude.
Yeah, the 4 shot.
Without the update, he lives.
Yeah,
he probably gets a kill.
It feels amazing, and you're going to see, I mean, it's not as big of a deal in free-for-all, but, you know, people that like to sprint, like myself, are going to get abused quite frequently. It's much easier to get yourself into trouble with sprint.
Yeah, I meant to ask you, Maven, because, you know, we haven't played that much together. We've normally been playing on others. Are you still bumping and jumping yourself out of fights?
Oh, yeah. I sprint and jump everywhere. Every now and then it helps to embarrass someone, but typically it's just me embarrassing myself.
Well, Stat Story taking the lead over Legit here. Now, Stat Story, I wonder if he did that as kind of like a sign to me, because, you know, I did a show and I said, I don't know how their team's going to work out. It's Hold Your Applause. And it's Spartan and Stat Story, or 6 Story, right? And they're both kind of like the main Slayers for team, and I wasn't sure how it was working, and he sent me a message saying, Stat Story's not coming. BR Story's coming. So I think he finally figured out your flaw. And one of the big things about Halo, and just like everything else that's competitive, is you got to find your weaknesses. And you know, maybe he noticed. He went back and watched National, and he said, "I am kind of passive. I should probably be pushing up more with my team. You know, kind of helping him out." And hopefully it works out for him, because Hold Your Applause now is a much different bracket. I don't think they'll be going against crowd pleasers. And by the way, guys, I am not even going to try to talk about the bracket until tomorrow, because I need to look at it, because everyone got bumped up again.
Just to go back, about 30 seconds ago, you saw someone that looked like they may have gotten a two-shot beat down, but you do have to connect with every bullet in that burst with the 2 shots, or it's not going to be a kill. So that's going to be interesting to see how many people go for that whack and don't actually get the kill, which I've seen already happen 2-3 times just in this free-for-all.
Well, you know, that's a big thing, and that's where, you know, the elite players become elite, and it adds a skill gap, you know, and that's really what you're looking for. Anywho, jumping on Legit, he's down by 3 kills. I think he is still in the top 4 spots. The guy's going to just get cleaned up. The guy has a guy in one-on-one fight. Stress taking on, and he's going to clean him up. Nice shots. He's got a little bit of a whip, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I like that.
And that whip that, you know, a lot of players use, it can be tough on line sometimes, but once you get on land, it certainly registers a lot better.
Legit's boxer settings just doing astronomical damage right now, dude.
Yeah,
He's so
like
good up close.
Taking over first.
Yeah, and I'm trying to add that the respawn's so fast. I'm trying to see the top 4, top 6, and I'm just struggling here. Legit moving top middle. That overshield's going to be coming up every 2 minutes, and it's a unique timer. So if you pick it up at, let's call it 6:58, it's going to be up at 4:58. But if you don't get it up on time, whenever you pick it up, that's when it changes. It's very, very...
And it seems like most people, like, no one's really trying to set up. It looks like everyone's kind of roaming around, which...
Well, you know, dude, that's the other thing, too, is because, you know, you see a lot of different, you know, strategies here, but with Sprint, in this game with free-for-all, you have to just be moving, man. You can cover so much ground, and the quicker you can get into the battle, the better off you're going to be. Look at Legit. He's just going to be moving around. He jumps top middle, spots a guy down here to maybe throw a nade. He knows 2 people are fighting. Not going to move. He's going to wait for it, and when you're crouched, you can move a little bit, and you don't show up on radar, so this is good for him. But now he's going to be pushing top gold. He knows that there's a guy down to his right. Doesn't even care.
So what are your thoughts on the new Simplex? I know they've been kind of mixed with pro players I've spoken with, that, you know, people that love it, people that don't really understand why it was changed. They were happy with the prior version.
Well, I know the big thing, and I hate speaking for Ghost Ayami because, you know...
No, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, but I think the big thing is he's always looking to change the game a little bit every time, so people have to relearn a new map, stay on it, and they basically have the general setting here, but I don't know. I think it serves its point. I like V3 better, I think, but really the thing that bothers me is top middle on this map. I feel like it should just be like chopped off, so you can just get annihilated when you go up there. Like, imagine trying to get the overshield in this free-for-all with the top cut off.
Yeah, I haven't really
just
decided how I feel, you know, kind of about the column thing going on either, right? Sometimes I feel it's much easier for me to survive because I can move around a lot more, kind of weave in between the pillars, and other times I get lit up so easily because of all the gaps. So, yeah, it certainly varies.
Well, I'm waiting for the time limit here. We are almost at our 5 minutes remaining here. Now, this is when every kill matters. It does, like, obviously it matters at the beginning. I can't say, oh, well, at the end, that's the only time it matters, because if you only got 1 kill in the first 10 minutes, you're screwed, right?
Yeah.
But the last 5 minutes, this is when you're going to see a lot of swings happen, and it's pretty close here between Legit and I think it was like 7th place is like.
Yeah, it's
a couple kills.
Story here is taking a decent lead. Looks like he's up 7 kills on Legit in second. So that's going to take that's a lot to overcome. He might have to lock himself into the top 4 here already with 5 minutes to go. He'd have to really struggle here to drop out.
You know, but it does happen. He's got a 7-kill lead here. Legit pushing on blue base. He knows there's a guy underneath him. He's going to be rotating up. We are switched with the quickness to Sec Story, and he's going to be taken out. And that's what you get from switching from Legit.
I'll tell you the thing I missed the most watching free-for-alls back in, whether it was Halo 3 Reach, when you had, the mid-ship free-for-alls with the stickies. Oh, yeah, I mean, it added so much to it because there was always that trade possibility.
All it did was add frustration and heartbreak.
I was watching one of Miklin's free-for-alls the other day, and I feel like every time he died, he stuck somebody.
Well, Sec Story's going to be cleaned up there. I thought he actually should have gotten that kill, but what do I know? Oh!
Nice
Deathie
shots by
able
Deathie
to come up on top on that one. Now we're jumping on board. Cito top metal or top gold here. He's going to be cleaned up. It's just so much chaos, and everyone's watching this. Really, it comes down. This is solely individual skill. But the one thing you're going to notice as you're watching Sec Story is kind of notice how when he sees Legit, he makes sure to kill him. Oh my God! 36, 34, 32, 31, 31.
I think we're going to see quite a few go that way. The middle of the pack is usually very tight.
Yeah. Brad, if you could, I think we have kind of got it ironed out that Sec Story will be winning this. If we can stay on board with everyone else, I would be very much appreciative. Now, this is jumping on board with Gunna, and I played him once online, and the guy doesn't actually jump a lot, so I liked him. There's a lot of people who jump a lot online, and I don't like those people like you. I don't like you.
Yeah, I can't help it. But this, you'll see, I like how this plays a little bit more. Like I wanted to see how Onyx would play out, but it's a lot bigger. This is more hectic, a lot more kill stealing, I feel, than I know. For me, I found myself Onyx trying to shoot across a lot, and Miklin was like, stop it. You don't need to do that at waste time. Yep. It's not something you have to worry about too much here, because most of your battles are going to be in that close to mid-range.
Oh, Gunna's in a battle. That's a big battle. He's going to be taken out here. Now we have a 37, 37, 35, 35, and 33. So now the battle here, Stress is going to be taken out. Rage is pushing bottom purple. Gunna now spawning on the base. He's going to be nading over on the side. Now this is the spawn I was talking about, Maven, but regardless, he's in the one-on-one battle. Oh, nice, he's able to clean him up with the 4-shot to 4. And that's another 37, Maven. I think we have a 4-way tie at 37.
Yeah, and for those of you not familiar with FFA or just hopping into the stream, there is radar. So that plays a huge part.
Sec Story just pulling away here. Shooter's going to be taken out by Legit. Legit now moving up to top purple. He's got to get in the spot here. He sees the guy throws a nade, and he uses the pillar to his advantage. He stays alive. Fantastic play. Shooter now cleans up an easy kill here. And now look at it. Notice how he's just going to stay here. That's a big double kill for him.
Yeah, and you'll notice with these quick respawn times, people will play much more aggressive than you'll see them play in team games, because in certain situations it's not worth trying to hide, survive, run around. Just take the death, get back up, and go at somebody.
Crazy right now, man. Just crazy. Ryan spots that story. It's a one-on-one battle, and a little bit of a shaky BR. He jumped himself out of that fight.
Hopping that you love.
Yeah. He jumped himself right out of that fight. That kind of looks like your screen a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Deathie going to be taken out here. 39, 39, 39, 40, 40.
Like we said 5 minutes ago, yeah, he's really taking over here. A lot of times in free-for-alls, once you get that early lead, it just compounds on itself, and he's up, 10 kills now, clear of second.
Legit's kind of in a secure zone here, but Legit has to be making sure right now at this point that, 1, he is still staying on top of his game, and 2, he's got to get the trades. Yeah. The last thing he needs is someone like Rage. Rage is getting a lot of kills here, going into the base, and the thing is now look, Stat Story's going to be cleaning him up. That's huge for anyone there. Now he's going to be dropped down, and that is a 3-way tie, ladies and gentlemen.
4th, and 5th with 41. Yeah, this should be interesting. We've only got a minute left here. Looks like we're on with
The final minute is upon us here as Rage is going to be pushing into the base here. Stress is now trapped at red. Rage is going to be taken out. Gunna now coming in from gold. Shoot is sitting in blue base. He has a nade and he misses it by just a little bit. We're still on board with Rage. Rage is going to be pushing up. I think Rage is at the point now where he's got to be a little bit desperate here, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
he's kind of out of it.
He's going to need 4 kills or so here in the last 30 seconds.
There's Zoon. Looking around for the double kill, and there's the double kill. And here comes the triple potentially, and he's going to be taking... Oh, he does get it.
Nice.
That is humongous. So now 44, 43, 42. We are staying on board with Rage. Come on, buddy. You're the little engine who can do it.
And that is exactly what he needed there.
Yep.
I didn't think he got that 3rd kill, but it said +2, but I think the
15 seconds.
Pop up. Nice shots.
15 seconds. He's able to get that stat score. He's going to come in and clean him up, and now he has just
44,
fallen out.
43.
He has just fallen out. This one's coming down to literally the last 5 seconds. He spots the guy, throws the nade. There's a guy in front.
Here.
Oh, the panic a little bit. Shoot in front of him, and the game has ended. He will not be rewarded it. Oh, God, Maven, it's going to go to stats. It's going to go to stats with 45 and 45.
Oh, my.
Wait for it. Wait for it. I timed it wrong. Timed it way wrong.
Oh, yeah. You forgot how
missed.
long we had to see that beautiful, beautiful icon.
You know me. Oh, Stress is going to nudge him out. That's what happens when you don't die a lot.
Yeah.
Stress is going to... Now, so, just to... Everyone go ahead and look at your screen a little bit here. Basically, what this is happening here is it's tied 45-45, so the next thing you look at